So, if you think about what does it take to be able to change your life, it comes down to your own energy. Nothing changes if you don't change your energy. So, when you change your energy, you change your life. You can't expect your life to change if you allow your environment to affect you. And how often does our environment control our feelings and thoughts and the way we live our lives? How often do we allow someone else to affect our energy? And if your environment is busy controlling how you feel and think, you basically remain stuck. You remain a victim. And when someone asks you, "Oh, so why are you so upset today?" Well, because this person is upsetting me. But if you think about it, what you actually mean is that that person that is upsetting you, that person is controlling the way you think and the way that you feel. So you are basically giving them control over how you feel today, which means you are basically a victim to your environment and a victim to someone else. You are giving your power away essentially. And when you actually pause and think to yourself that your feelings and your thoughts are creating your current environment, you become more aware of the fact that someone else is affecting the way you live your life. And if you continue to allow that, you will be back to a victim consciousness instead of actually understanding that you are the creator of your own life. And instead of giving away so much of your power to external aspects, I feel like it's very important to make sure that you remind yourself to not allow any external thing to impact your vibe and how you feel. And when you start to see how aware you can be on the things that affect you, and you start creating your own outcomes because of the belief and the confidence you have in yourself, you will start becoming more self assured that you can change your own life and that you are in control of your own thoughts and feelings. And the more you start feeling this way, the more you won't be a victim in your life, but more aware of your own self power. And there have been so many times that I would get upset or I would get down for how someone else is being towards me or how much I allow their energy to affect me and my day. And it used to literally eat me up and push me down because I allowed it. However, once I realized that maybe someone is going through their own stuff in life and they could be going through a hard time, or perhaps they are simply being an asshole, either way, it shouldn't affect your vibe. It shouldn't affect how you live your own life. The same thing if someone doesn't like you. It is what it is. Once you realize that, the fact that you don't need to be friends with the whole world and you don't need to be liked by everyone, you start to find more peace in the fact that the right people will gravitate towards you and that you shouldn't allow external aspects to affect your mood and your energy. And if you think about taking things personally as well, I feel like a lot of the times we do that. I do that. And sometimes certain things don't deserve your energy, and then you kind of fixate on the small things that end up messing with your mind instead of choosing to focus your energy on the things that you want to achieve. And your attention basically gets taken away from all of the important stuff. So next time you find yourself being distracted by all the BS, bring your focus back to the present moment. Shift your mindset from your victim consciousness into your self power. And our minds are wonderful when it comes to being resilient. It just takes constant practice to get to a place where you feel more empowered in everything that you do. And it doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, because the ability to achieve and to win begins with you always. So I'm currently reading this book, okay, and it's really awesome. It's called Awaken the Giant Within. It's from Tony Robbins. And what I have learned is that we sometimes tend to focus on what we have to do and not what we can do. We create what we focus on. So are we focusing on our lack of finances, our lack of time, our lack of energy, our lack of motivation? And we kind of think to ourselves, well, I don't have this, I don't have that. Well, you're basically taking those feelings of lack and it's infiltrating your body and your mind and becoming part of your identity. And what happens is that when you live through, you know, those feelings of lack, you start feeling unhappy, not motivated, depressed, and you start using your energy constantly focusing on everything that you don't actually want in your life. When you are constantly in this mode of survival, and I feel like a lot of the time we're just trying to get through the day, we're just trying to get to the end of the month, and our body is in this constant survival mode trying to get us through. Basically, what it means is your body no longer acts as a magnet for bringing in more abundance, for bringing in everything that you want to attract in your life. Instead, your energy starts being used on everything that is holding you back from reaching your full potential. And I wrote a book all about the power of perspective. It's called Bright Days Ahead. And I feel like the way we choose to view certain things in life, you know, you can consciously choose to focus on all of the bad things going on, all of your failures in your life, the setbacks, the negative thoughts, the lack in your life. Or you can choose to focus your energy on what you want to create in your life and how important it is to realize that the power you seek comes from within you. All you need to do is tap into that and let go of focusing on everything that you don't have. The way we think creates our reality. And it sounds so cliche, but if you really, really think about it, think about all of your thoughts, think about what you're feeling. It creates your current reality. So if you want to be happier in this moment, if you want to live from a state of feeling abundant and feeling good, and you want to have the tools to navigate through challenges and come out on the other side so much stronger, you need to understand how valuable it is to take control of your own mind and the thoughts you have on a daily basis. Once you understand that the power to change your life starts with you and that it requires action from you, things will start to shift. Therefore, don't allow your circumstances, all of the stuff going on in the media, all of the fear-based propaganda going on, to defer you from living up to your full potential. You are powerful enough. So feel empowered in everything that you do. Believe in what you can do to create the life you've always wanted. And I feel like sometimes we get into a feeling of being stuck, a feeling of not knowing what to do next. We're kind of just in a limbo. And what has really helped me a lot of the time to get out of that is reading. I'm like a sponge. I love just reading, learning, understanding my mind, and figuring out healthy and positive ways to kind of navigate through this feeling of limbo, how to get back on track again. And it starts with taking action. It starts with dropping the victim consciousness and focusing your energy and your time on the things that you actually want to achieve in your life, because it's possible and it starts with you. And sometimes we get so cooped up in all of the negativity going on that we forget that we are in control of our own thoughts and our own feelings, and that we are capable of creating the life we've always wanted. So I've really enjoyed hanging out with you guys this week. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode, and I wish you a awesome week ahead. So I love you, and ciao.